goes in the back bedroom.
Wiring's brilliant. You can see right across the fields and everything.
Every day, Lisa Mason puts her body under tremendous strain. If it were a machine, it would break down in months. But the human body has an amazing capacity for self-maintenance and repair. In the next few days, Lisa will test this ability to the limit. To withstand the pressure that Lisa puts on it, her body needs to be incredibly strong. This strength lies in her bones. Bones resist compression forces twice as much as granite, yet they are just 1/5 the weight of steel. Deep inside, bone isn't solid. It's made of interconnecting arches like a honeycomb, housing nerves and blood vessels. These arches are built of a composite material, a mixture of tough minerals like calcium and phosphate, and a flexible protein called collagen. Only this century did human engineers discover what nature has always known.
Come on, Lisa, you can do all that later.
What composite materials are strongest.
Oops. Gravity.
Oh, never mind, I'll mend it later. Come on.
Lisa's bones aren't just composite, they're smart. Their interior honeycomb structure continually adapts to the way she uses them. Like every human, Lisa has a walk which is unique to her, and her leg bones have evolved a unique structure to match. Their tiny inner arches have grown into a pattern designed to disperse the impact of her walk and to protect her delicate joints. If the way she walks were to change, through injury for example, the arches inside her bones would quickly realign themselves.
Can you give me a hand, Lisa?
She responded, she knows her name.
Beneath Lisa's skin, her bones are teeming with life. Full of blood vessels and nerves, they're as alive as her heart or her brain. Inhabiting their interior landscape are millions of microscopic life forms, whose job it is to keep Lisa's skeleton in a state of eternal youth. These cells are part of an enormous workforce, which maintains the arches inside her bones. First, cells called osteoclasts squirt an acid which is strong enough to burn through sheet steel. As this acid dissolves away the tough mineral coating and the strands of collagen beneath, a crew of bone-building cells called osteoblasts follows in its wake. These cells lay down new collagen and coat it with a fresh frost of minerals. Throughout Lisa's skeleton, the bone destroyers and bone builders work ceaselessly to prevent her bones ever getting so old that they crack and crumble. Around 10% of her bone is replaced every year. Over time, the process will slow down, but even if Lisa lives to be 95, none of her bones will be more than 20 years old.
spaceship from outer space! Where are you from? London. What's your name? Lisa. That's not the sort of bike you want round here. I bet you can't ride over our ramp on it. Come on then!
Sometimes the human body is called upon to do more than a process of gradual renewal and repair. Sometimes it has to deal with a major catastrophe. As she cycles, Lisa's brain instructs individual muscles to tense and relax, making subtle adjustments to keep her body balanced. It's a system of breathtaking complexity, involving practically every bone and muscle in her body. Unfortunately, it's not infallible.
Watch out for that rock!
As Lisa hits the ground, the bones in her arm are subjected to a sudden force 25 times her body weight. Despite Bone's incredible strength, under this much pressure, their narrow part is designed to break. Her radius bone snaps in order to prevent damage to the rest of Lisa's body.
Lisa! Lisa! I'm okay. We gotta get her mum. Yeah, right now.
Inside Lisa's bone, there is carnage. The intricate arches have been smashed to pieces. Hundreds of tiny blood vessels have been severed. Battered pain nerves send frantic signals up her spinal cord to her brain. Her brain responds by releasing its own natural morphine, called endorphins, which mute the pain signals to almost nothing. The brain evolved endorphins to keep pain at bay for a few vital minutes, in case we need to escape danger. As well as her broken arm, Lisa has a badly bruised knee and a severe graze on her hand. But she can't feel any of them. For the moment, she's anaesthetized. Ten minutes after the accident, Lisa's endorphins have worn off. The pain is distressing, but it's also essential. The body's way of alerting us to internal damage. As the pain grows, Lisa instinctively rubs her arm, as close to the injury as she can bear. This rubbing releases another wave of pain-blocking chemicals. But they're milder than endorphins, too mild to counter the frantic pain signals coming from her broken bone. Lisa has done severe damage to her body, but already it is showing signs of its remarkable ability to heal itself. On her hand, the task is to stop blood from pouring from tiny severed vessels. Specialist blood cells called platelets change their shape as they come into contact with damaged flesh. They turn into spiny spheres which lock together and plug the wound. At the same time, invisible proteins in her blood solidify into strands of a substance called fibrin. A net of fibrin is thrown across the wound, trapping the blood cells beneath. Now the fibrin net contracts, squeezing liquid out of the clot like water out of a sponge. and as the clot shrinks, it pulls the skin together, closing the wound. One quick blast of water, and the body's careful repair is washed away. But once Lisa's wound is cleaned,
It's hurting.
it will start to heal again as swiftly as before. Lisa's surface wound has been treated, but no one yet knows the extent of the injury beneath her skin. Yet without waiting for the doctor, her damaged arm is summoning help from her own body. The battered tissues around the fracture send out chemical signals which make her arm swell to double its normal size. The swelling is caused by blood vessels in her arm dilating. Fluid passes from the blood into the surrounding tissue, flooding the fracture site with oxygen and other nutrients. The chemicals which trigger swelling also cause the pain nerves in her arm to become more sensitive. The slightest pressure has them firing off pain signals to her brain. Her pain threshold is now so low, she can even feel the blood pulsing through her swollen vessels, a throbbing ache. But once again, pain has a purpose. It protects Lisa's arm by making sure she does nothing to aggravate the injury. It's an hour and a half after the accident before the doctor is able to take a look beneath Lisa's skin.
Okay, take it nice and still like that now, okay? Turn behind the screen.
Already, things have begun to change. Just as on the surface of her hand, blood is clotting inside her fractured bone. But so many blood vessels have been severed that it will take another half an hour for the flow of blood into the break to completely stop. The result will be a huge blood clot enveloping the entire fracture, a hematoma.
I'm afraid you've broken your arm, just across there. That must have been a spectacular fall.
What bone have I broken?
Look, there's two bones there.
There's very little the doctors can do for Lisa.
The one you've broken is the radius.
They can set her arm in plaster, but her self-healing processes must do the rest.
In a few weeks it'll be as right as rain.
Once the hematoma around the fracture is fully formed, her body will perform a miracle and transform this massive clot from blood to bone.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't find the knives and forks anywhere.
Wait till I see those girls again.
It wasn't their fault, you know, Mum. Excuse me, Liz.
Lisa's body is faced with a massive repair job. To mend the broken bone in her arm, she needs thousands of bone-building cells, and quickly. Inhabiting the spaces deep inside her bones are specialist cells, called stem cells, responsible for replacing dead and damaged tissue. Stem cells are factories making new cells. Usually they divide to create a new cell once every 2 days. Now, to form an army of bone-building osteoblasts, they divide once every 3 minutes.
And it doesn't sound as if they were being very friendly to me, Lisa.
You just don't understand kids these days, do you, Dad?
Ah.
That bit goes there.
8 hours after the accident, and the bone builders are inside the hematoma. The minerals they release encase the clotted blood cells in tough bone, Outside the clot, more osteoblasts are working. The transformation from blood into bone is underway. Lisa's body is doing what no machine can ever do. It is repairing itself. Repair work is going on all over Lisa's body. On her knee, blood from tiny vessels, severed when she hit the ground, has been trapped inside her skin. As the iron-based pigment which makes blood red is gradually broken down chemically, the blood changes color through all the rainbow hues of a bruise. In the space of just 5 days, her body clears the blood away completely.
Well, we're planning on putting in a new kitchen, but apart from that, everything's fine, really.
Less than a week after the accident, the clot on Lisa's hand has dried to become an irresistibly itchy scab.
1 minute. Lisa!
Don't pick.
Thank you. Hi. No, it's fine. Well, maybe next week.
New skin is growing fast around the scab. A millimeter beneath the surface, stem cells are dividing to create new skin cells. The new cells are pushed up to replace the damaged skin above. Lisa's scab begins to loosen and is easier to pull off.
No, it's fine. Baby.
I'll get it.
No, it's fine.
My mum said I should bring these for you. Thanks. Wow, is it broken?
The two broken ends of Lisa's bone are steadily bonding together. Her cast protects the injury, but it's designed not to restrict the movement of the bones completely. As she flexes her fingers, the two ends of the break shift gently in relation to each other. This movement generates tiny electric currents, which seem to invigorate the work of the bone builders. Movement is actually helping to fix Lisa's broken bone.
What are you doing? Oh, my finger exercises. I've never lived in the countryside before. You like it? You can see the stars better at night. I like that.
Until the bone builders have finished their work, Lisa's arm is still fragile.
Scrub. Scrub.
So her pain nerves have remained sensitive in an effort to protect her.
Where's the green pen? Ow! Sorry. Don't worry.
But her body is mending at a remarkable rate. On her hand, new skin is laid down in such a hurry that there is no time to replicate the pattern of the original skin. In fact, because children heal more quickly than adults, they scar more easily too.
Neil Armstrong said, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
Just 4 weeks after her accident, Lisa's cast is ready to come off. Deep inside, the hematoma is almost pure bone. The bone builders are finishing their work, and in the process, something quite remarkable happens. They deliberately wall themselves in. Then they send out filaments like tiny antennae to broadcast from their prisons of bone.
Maybe this is right.
Why they do this isn't fully understood, but throughout Lisa's skeleton, thousands of walled-in bone builders are sending out signals. Somehow they are part of the complex process by which her bones adapt to the stresses and strains which Lisa puts on them. Because she is still growing, Lisa's bone has healed twice as fast as an adult's would. As we get older, our bones' regenerative powers decline. But with time, they can always perform their own miraculous repair. Under her skin, the hematoma has been transformed into a solid ball of bone, twice as thick and strong as the original bone which was there. But a stronger section in her bone could be a weakness. If Lisa were to fall on her arm again, her radius might not break in the way nature intended. She could do herself even more serious damage. So in Lisa's arm, the bone destroyers, the osteoclasts, stir into life. With jets of acid, they begin dissolving away the thick, over-repaired bone. They will continue to resculpt it until it is exactly the shape it would have been had it grown normally and never been broken. Although it has taken only a month to fix the bone destroyers will keep sculpting for another whole year.
Ready to try a wheelie, Lisa? No way! Wait for me!
By next summer, the bone destroyers will also have carved tunnels through the inside of the bone, perfectly restoring its intricate arches. Filled with blood vessels and teeming with life again, it will look like any other bone in Lisa's body, as if the accident had never happened.